Might the triangle elbow combination. And it's over!
And needs to get his back off that. Oh, he gets caught!
Ilia Topuria has turned out to be one of the most dangerous fighters in the featherweight division. The Georgian fighter entered the UFC as a jiu-jitsu fighter and impressed people by outstriking his opponents. The undefeated fighter surprised fans even more when he finished one of the best grapplers in the featherweight division, Bryce Mitchell, via submission.
Look at this!
Oh, that's tight.
Whoa! She's undefeated!
Today, we will talk about the best moments of Topuria's career and review his art of violence in more detail. Ilia and his brother Alex Topuria trained in Greco-Roman wrestling in Georgia when they were little kids. When they arrived in Spain, the brothers were searching for a wrestling gym but couldn't find one. Accidentally, Ilia's mother spotted a man with cauliflower ears in the street and approached him, telling him about her kids Ilia and Alex. She asked if he knew of any gyms in their city. The gym's name was Claimant Club, where Ilia began learning BJJ and MMA, and it is the club where he continues to train. Even though he was offered the opportunity to train at American Top Team and many other places, Ilia chose to remain at Claimant Club. Ilia's first significant fight took place in 2018 at Cage 43, where he faced the highly experienced Finnish fighter Mika Hämäläinen. From the very beginning, the fighter started exchanging heavy blows. After 2 minutes, Mika was already stunned and being dominated in striking. He decided that his chances were better on the ground, and he naively believed that the canvas would provide him with some more opportunities, only to find himself with his head unceremoniously trapped in Ilia's guillotine. His next big fight was his debut at Brave FC. He had his 7th professional fight against Luis Gomez, who had a record of 26 wins and 6 losses. Despite Gomez's experience, it couldn't help him, as Topuria quickly stunned him with strikes within 30 seconds and began dominating him on the ground.
Gomez cannot leave his
In just 1 minute, Topuria secured a triangle choke from the top mount position and finished the fight with an armbar.
Might the triangle elbow combination. And it's over!
In his next Brave bout, Ilia showed the world that he was a great striker and also had the heart of a warrior. He faced Steven Goncalves, where he experienced a knockdown for the very first time by a high kick.
The movement of Stevie Gonzalez. Nice
head kick by Gonzalez!
Has he caught him?
However, Ilia managed to secure a takedown and survive the situation.
Reverted to type when he was
Not only did he survive, but he also made a great submission attempt.
I think he's running with it.
After successfully defending against several takedowns, Ilia made Steven regret not tapping out on the ground and sent him into the realm of the unconscious with a powerful overhand right.
Get his back off that cage. Oh, he gets caught!
Finally, Ilia gained recognition from the biggest stage of mixed martial arts and signed a contract with the UFC. He made his debut on short notice against the dangerous fighter Youssef Zalal. By that time, Zalal had already competed in 3 fights in the UFC and emerged victorious in each bout, demonstrating dominance. In the first round, Ilia out-wrestled and out-grappled Zalal.
Right, that he kind of gave up the back jump to the side.
In the second round, Zalal aimed to establish dominance in wrestling, unaware of what awaited him.
One of them, and it's not like they weren't tight, they were in.
Ilia easily defended himself from Zalal's takedown attempts and in turn, effortlessly took Zalal down like a rag doll.
Zalal. Oh, showed the knees, shot in.
Ultimately, Zalal experienced his first ever loss in the UFC, instead of securing an easy victory against a debutant. From his second UFC fight onwards, Ilia began to assert control over the featherweight division. He fought the very experienced fighter Damon Jackson, who currently had 15 submission victories in his career. Ilia fought in the style of his favorite boxer, Canelo, in that particular fight. He was throwing brutal liver shots and overhands.
Ooh, that was a big difference.
Within just 2 minutes, Ilia landed a devastating uppercut and liver shot, clearly damaging Damon.
I mean, he's just unloading on Damon Jackson right now with all combinations. Those body shots.
Following that, Ilia connected with a left hook and right overhand combination, knocking Jackson out.
Those body shots have now officially.
UFC kept challenging Ilia and set the fight with Ryan Hall.
If I try to copy somebody else, the best I'm going to do is...
Ryan Hall is one of the most dangerous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialists in MMA, with great leg lock victories. However, Ilia was very well prepared for Ryan's leg lock attempts and defended himself from those spam attacks.
Ilia can just keep doing this though.
For the whole round, Hall did not even try a takedown, but kept rolling and somehow pulling Ilia into the ground.
But they didn't do this kind of stuff like this. This is it. Oh, he's in trouble.
Ilia remained focused on defending against the rolls and capitalized on an opportunity to deliver an ice-cold knockout blow to Ryan on the ground. Following such a remarkable victory, Ilia began to gain recognition and generate hype. People started discussing him, and new rivalries began to emerge. Ilia developed a heated feud with Movsar Evloev, but his beef with Paddy Pimblett is of a different nature. Paddy tweeted a joke about the Russians' aggression against Georgia in 2008, and Ilia immediately defended his country for that. Things got even more complicated when Ilia's next fight was scheduled in England, the home of Pimblett. Ilia was making a debut in the lightweight division against British fighter Jay Herbert, a dangerous striker. It was one of the toughest fights for Ilia, since he was fighting against the whole arena, and Jay also served some serious shots in the first round.
But I do like that Jay also threw that game.
Ilia had some good moments in the first round using his wrestling. But Jay finished the round strong with a series of powerful punches, winning it in the process.
And he has the speed advantage.
Nevertheless, Ilia had no intention of leaving the outcome in the hands of the judges and began seeking a finish in the second round.
Topuria is the favorite right now. Whoa!
In just 1 minute, Ilia pressed Jay against the fence and unleashed his favorite combination of a liver shot followed by an overhand strike.
Can't get a hold of the legs.
Once again, Topuria dismantled his opponent and sent them into a different realm.
The body just like his fight against Damon Jackson, and the right hand over.
Following the fight, Ilia took advantage of the post-fight interview to call out Paddy and his hometown.
You have a guy here, he's a Paddy Pimblett, win or lose, I want to fight you next and kick like I did the last time.
Ilia meant the moment when he attacked Paddy in England. Ilia wanted to face Paddy, but the UFC intervened and arranged separate fights for the two fighters, potentially saving the British star from the formidable Georgian monster. Next up for El Matador was Bryce Mitchell.
I attribute my success to where I'm from and how I was raised.
A BJJ black belt and top 10 fighter in the UFC who boasted an undefeated record. Right from the opening seconds, Ilia began dismantling Bryce, breaking him down piece by piece.
Whoever wins this fight goes to the absolute top of this division. Ooh, nice.
Given Bryce's southpaw stance, Ilia strategically launched a powerful combination tailored specifically for southpaw opponents with a right cross and left hook.
What I love so much about this fight is generally, wow.
It was obvious that Bryce was getting destroyed in the striking game, and he tried takedowns, but Ilia easily defended himself in the beginning.
Skills and a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Nice
Good
ball
stuff
there, yep.
Yeah.
Ilia consistently initiated his combinations with a powerful right cross, which Bryce was eating like the eggs from his farm for breakfast.
Open. It's going to be very difficult.
Nice.
Even on the ground, Mitchell was getting buttered by Ilia's brutal ground and
Mitchell
pound.
is bloodied and battered, but undeterred. Over 2 minutes still to go, round two.
Topuria is
Bryce was disoriented by Georgian fury and was desperately trying survival takedown attempts.
See things better defensively and now able to land on Topuria.
And he's going.
Eventually, Ilia effortlessly threw Bryce like a pillow
uppercut there, though. He clipped him with that uppercut.
and sealed the victory by submitting the BJJ black belt with an arm triangle choke.
Look at this.
Oh, that's tight.
After displaying such a performance masterpiece, the Georgian fighter returned to action on June 24th, 2023 against the dangerous finisher Josh Emmett.
Growing up, it was tough. Everything about it was tough.
A top contender with an impressive record of 18 wins and just 3 losses. Emmett possesses that one-punch knockout power.
He's going to learn real quick.
And if you have any doubts, just ask Ricardo Lamas and Michael Johnson, 2 of his previous opponents whose lights were shut off senselessly.
That's all it takes from him is one shot.
Ilia's going to know he's in the toughest fight of his life.
When the fight started, Topuria was aware of Emmett's power and had a cautious yet aggressive approach against the American. He was pressuring Josh by controlling the octagon, but wasn't doing anything reckless that could get him into harm's way. In the second round, Ilia brought the fire to Emmett and delivered some heavy strikes, which culminated with a heavy combo by the last 2 minutes of the round that dropped the American to the canvas.
Huge combination for the Spaniard.
And he kept the momentum by delivering another massive right hand in the closing seconds of the round, dropping Josh again. In the third round, Emmett decided to utilize a more aggressive approach, but it backfired, as Topuria kept tagging him with jabs,
Emmett's got to be a little tighter.
vicious leg kicks,
That big left hook there, though.
and beautiful boxing combos.
Can slide in and slide out. In the space. Nice hook.
At this point, Emmett's face looked like he had fought a T-Rex, and there were still 2 rounds remaining. Ilia took over where he left off in the fourth and repeatedly punished the American with striking combos.
He looks good. And you just
Well, right, very measured, not forcing anything.
And then, in the closing minutes of the round, El Matador landed a big left that dropped Emmett down.
and
He followed Josh with heavy ground and pound strikes, brutalizing him on the ground before dropping him again on the feet and finishing the round in a dominant position.
Uppercut was heavy.
And Emmett's still throwing back to the canvas now.
The question that followed was, what kept Emmett still standing? He was badly battered and severely hurt, but refused to give up. In the fifth, Josh had nothing to lose and went after the Georgian aggressively.
as he's getting older in the game, and he's going to keep trying.
He can still knock you out.
However, Ilia kept his composure and outmatched the opponent in the striking exchanges, even intelligently taking him down at the midpoint of the fight.
Patience. Look how patient he is. Look at the timing of the takedown.
This fight wasn't even close, but a one-sided pounding, and Topuria was swinging the hammer. El Matador displayed a dominant performance against a dangerous top contender, and now it's only a matter of time before he fights for the title.
Thanks.
Right hand. Stunned him with the
Not only is Ilia Topuria an undefeated prospect and a problem in the featherweight and lightweight divisions, but he is potentially the next big thing in the UFC and arguably a future double champ. And what do you guys think? Do you believe Topuria has the potential to become a dominant UFC champion? How do you think a fight between him and Volkanovski or against Makhachev would go? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you would like to watch more videos like this, please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel.